Buddy, I'm Eric. I am with Capstone Financial, and Capstone Financial has partnered with Keller Williams nationally to roll out a very unique and robust benefits protection package for the 1099 agents across the country. Now I've given this presentation to Michael before. He was very excited about it, wanted me to be able to present it to everyone of you today. So what I'm going to do is go through a little PowerPoint about what's available to you, who Capstone Financial is, how we can help you, and how we're really more than just the health insurance guys, but we understand that health insurance is something that all of you have really front of mind. Now, if you look in the chat box, I have put my personal contact information. So please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Call me on my cell phone, call me on my landline that gets a voicemail typically because I'm usually out of the office, but I will get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. The only thing I just would say about that is texting from a compliance perspective is a little difficult for us. You can send me a text, but I probably will redirect the conversation to email. So if you could, I would prefer an email or a call. Now, let me just talk to you a little bit about what the KW Perks program is and who Capstone Financial is. So hold on, let me share my screen real quick. Can everybody see the slideshow? Just give me a couple thumbs up.
Yep, looks good.
All right, looks good. Okay. So first of all, Keller Williams has been a partner of us here in the Southeast region, basically the states around Atlanta, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and Alabama, providing a very robust personal benefits package for the Keller Williams agents in this area. We started by trying to solve what was called the income protection problem. As all of you know, everything is on your shoulders as a business owner. You are responsible for generating 100% of the revenue of your business. And Keller Williams is always interested in trying to help you understand those streams of revenue and how to protect them. So one of the things that we did was, if you get hurt or sick, we have created a guaranteed offer disability insurance program that can protect up to $300,000 worth of income, giving you an after-tax benefit of up to $180,000, and completely with a guaranteed offer. So everyone in the Keller Williams universe in the Southeast region was given this program where they have to get an offer. You can get coverage as long as up to age 65, and the coverage is unisex rates, so that for men and women, everybody gets the same rate. Now, this was such an attractive offer and such an important thing for the Keller Williams people that the folks in Austin recognized it and said, hey, let's roll this out nationwide, and can you help us with our #1 pain point for all of our agents, which is health insurance. As you know, as a 1099 agent, it's very difficult to come across sponsored health insurance. So your really only option is to go to the federal exchange, the ACA, to try to find insurance. Now, I have been in contact with some people. Most of the insurers in the state of Ohio have gone to the exchange, and they are looking for a huge rate increase this year. We may see rates increase on the exchange as much as 50%. Also, the exchange has sunsetted its subsidy provision so that the federal participation in keeping your premiums down right now is non-existent. Now, that may make it through the legislative process, but that is another huge change for people who have bought insurance on the exchange that you could see coming forward, increasing the costs to you. So Keller Williams sees that this is a problem. They really wanted to partner with us and see how can we help. And Capstone Financial is based out of Atlanta. We are a full-service financial services firm. We do everything from financial planning to asset management to retirement planning. We can help you with really any facet of your financial needs. We want you to think of us that way. Health insurance is our entree to you to help you solve that problem, but really the menu is much more expansive than that. So let's kind of go into it and see, what does it look like to get a health insurance coverage on the plan. If anybody has a question, fire it off. More than happy to answer it during the meeting, but I'll also take questions at the end. So here is just an example. We've given this presentation nationwide, so this is not an Ohio specific person, but let's just take an example of a 40-year-old woman who lives in North Florida. She's married. wants to get coverage for herself and her family. We have 3 different options for this individual. The first is what's called the Vault 2500 plan, then the Vault 5000, and the Vault 10,000 plan. Now, those numbers basically correspond with the individual deductible for each plan. So if you look at the 2500 family plan, you'll notice that the individual deductible is 2,500. The family deductible is double that, 5,000 for the family. But here's the good news. The max out of pocket is the same as the deductible. Now, what that means is once you meet your deductible, no additional cost. Everything is covered at 100%, whether you're in network or out of network. This is a PPO plan that includes both full dental and vision benefits. And I can give you a summary of all of the benefits. Just reach out to me. I can send you a little explanation packet that shows you what is and what isn't covered. One thing that I also would like to really point out about our plans is that in the 2,500 plan and the 5,000 plan, they are both HSA eligible. Now, under federal law, you cannot be HSA eligible unless you meet all of the standings and requirements that are the plans on the federal exchange also meet. So this plan tells you right away that it's just as robust as anything that you can buy on the exchange. So let's take a look and see, what does this plan compare to the exchange in terms of cost? Well, I'm going to skip through this. This is just for a single person. You'll notice that the premium is basically half. So you don't have to get your family coverage if your spouse gets coverage from another employer, or if you're not married, you certainly can get this plan individually. But on the exchange, for a very similar plan, you see our premium on the 5,000 deductible, $401 a month. Comparable plan, $520 roughly per month. Now that difference of $120 represents a significant savings, almost 30% over what you could get on the exchange. Think about what you could do with $120 a month. You know, we're really talking about roughly $1,500 a year. That could fund your entire HSA. You could use that money towards retirement planning. You could use that money to do really whatever, go on vacation. But what we're here to do is to help you find dollars. The found dollar is the best dollar. In other words, if you're going to spend the money already, let's spend it in the most efficient way possible. One of the things that we recommend, when you look back to one of the first things that we connected with Keller Williams agents with, was protect your income. Again, as the business owner, it's all on your shoulders to bring in the revenue. $120 a month goes a very long way to providing a robust benefit for disability protection in the event of sickness or health. I'll tell you an interesting fact. 1 out of 4 workers age 20 will be disabled for more than 90 days in their working career. This is not the Christopher Reeve scenario where the guy is sitting in a wheelchair blown into a tube to move around. We're talking about somebody who has a heart attack, someone who has a stroke, has to be in recovery. Maybe they have a car accident. Maybe they get a mental or nervous disorder. Unfortunately, addiction is a real part of our society. It really can strike anybody. And even though you may not think that's a problem today, it's very difficult to know what the future is going to bring. So using these found dollars in creative ways is one of the benefits that financial planning from Capstone can bring to your particular practice. Now, one of the biggest things that I mentioned earlier was the health savings account. We'd like to think of this as one of the most important features you have. It has a triple tax advantage. Money that goes into the health savings account is tax deductible, lowering your current year tax liability. It also grows tax free, so you can roll it over from year to year. Don't be confused with the federal flexible savings account. That is a different thing. That money has to be used every year, but with a health savings account, you can roll the money over and invest it from year to year. If you spend the money on a qualified health expense, that money is never taxed. I'll say that again. You can use this money to meet your deductible and you'll never be taxed on these dollars. That is a tremendous tax advantage that is in the code that we want to help every single one of you take advantage of. Think of this health savings account, because of its growth potential, its rollover potential, and its tax advantage potential, as a retirement savings vehicle that you have available to you today. You know, we don't have a 401k plan for you guys. We are working on it. I hope to have a announcement on that in the very future, but we have the health savings account today. Be more than happy to talk to you about how to take advantage of this tremendous tool. Again, remember, triple tax advantaged. Also, our plans have both a dental and a vision component, but you don't have to get the base health policy to get dental or vision. Delta Dental is our provider. That's the largest nationwide provider of dental services in the country. We have both a premier and a basic plan. The basic plan is more preventative and diagnostic, while the premier plan also is going to give you offsets for major expenses like crowns and reconstruction. So again, we can talk this through. So the point here is you do not have to have the base plan to get dental. You can get that as a buy alone, excuse me. And the providers is the largest provider network in the country. Now, on providers, I do want to make something very clear. We have had some difficulty with the Cleveland Clinic in the past. That is a closed system. If you are attending at the Cleveland Clinic, they probably are going to tell you they don't accept our insurance. We have been able to get them to pay through our system, but it's just a little bit more of a rigmarole to try to make that happen. If you are with the Cleveland Clinic, talk to me. Don't self-select out of the system. I can talk to you about how to get through this. But the biggest provider in the country is the PCHA provider network, and that is our general provider network. It's just with the Cleveland Clinic, that is a closed system. We have a little bit harder time with them. I want to be upfront with you about that. Also with our plan, there are some exclusions. If you have a pre-existing condition, there's a 5-year look back on those conditions that can preclude you from participating in our plan. Again, don't self-select. Talk to me, tell me what your situation is. We can try to help you find the best possible solution for you. And if that is on the exchange, we will help you find that and get those plans in place. It's more important to us that you have the coverage than you have the coverage with us. That's the most important thing. So again, Delta Dental on this slide, largest provider network in the country. Our physician network is the largest provider network in the country. And on vision, it's the VSP system, again, largest vision provider in the country. You can see the vision plan is so affordable here, only $18 a month. We actually include that with the base health insurance at no expense to you. So you can get the health insurance with just vision, or the health insurance with vision and dental, or you can get the dental or the vision alone. Also, you know, when we talked about the income protection, there's generally a waiting period with those plans of anywhere from 90 days to 6 months. A lot of people were asking, I love that. I want to have the income protection, but what do I do in the interim? What happens to me if I don't have the money to meet my deductible for my health insurance? Well, we've come up with a voluntary worksite benefits bundle. And what this will do is give you cash replacement in the event that you are hurt or sick. You only have to be out of the workplace for 14 days. Then with COVID, we all know somebody who's been out of work for more than 14 days in a year. It's just a very common thing. This is a very small expense, giving you up to $1,500 of cash benefit a month, excuse me, and can cover catastrophic expenses, like if you had to get a surgery suddenly, or if you had a heart attack, hospital extended stays, and gives you that accident protection. So again, a very robust bundle to try to help you be protected, not just after 6 months, but from day one. So that is the presentation of the benefits package. I'm going to put in the chat box the highlights of what I just talked to you about. But please, anybody who has a question, just blurt it out. More than happy to talk to you, and I can talk to you about the next process of how to get enrolled. Does anybody have any questions at all? Anything you want to talk about Michigan and Ohio State? I'd be more than happy to talk about that. I'm a Wolverine. You guys are going to have to give me that. University Hospital is not in the plan, but they do accept the insurance. So again, they're a closed provider, but we have worked with them. When you talk to the University Hospital system, if you have a claim, they may say, well, we don't see them in our provider dropdown. Just give them the phone number of our provider network and your membership card. They'll reach out to them and pay that directly. It's not a problem. We've had many claims be paid that way. It's not really an issue. It's just an extra step. One thing I would point out, again, our maximum out-of-pocket deductible is equal to our deductible. So even if you're out of network, if you spend the money, you meet the deductible, everything after that is covered, even if it's at the Cleveland Clinic or the University Hospital, you're going to be covered. It's just the method of reimbursement. We reimburse you directly instead of through the hospital. And if you have a particular physician in mind, please just let me know. We can look that person up on our system and see if they are part of the PCHA network. It's a very easy process to do that. Only takes a couple of minutes. Just reach out with a name and a practice address, and we can find that out right away. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, the last thing that I just want to leave you on is, again, please don't think of us as just the health insurance people. We are here to help you completely. I am, in fact, meeting with Michael later next month about discussing our financial planning process and exposing him to it. Again, we do a complete financial plan for many of our clients. We have an OP up in Michigan that we just did a complete financial plan for. His name is John Reich, and he'd be more than happy to talk to you about his experience. He's given me kind of an open invitation to recommend you to call him. Also, the financial planning doesn't have to be a full financial plan. We can just address a particular concern. We understand that you probably have advisors in your system already, but maybe it's the income protection, maybe it's a retirement piece, maybe it's a life insurance piece. We can kind of pick up some of the gaps that maybe your advisor, who might be more of a money manager, is not necessarily well equipped to handle. We're here to help you with your advisor system. We're not here to push aside anybody who's already giving you good advice. Quick question I see, what would you know about Medicare? Well, this is not a Medicare supplement eligible plan. So you would have to buy your Medicare supplement from whomever you're getting it right now. We just don't participate in that. I don't have that currently. Trying to get off the major medical law off the ground. We will probably have better information about Medicare supplements later on, but today it does not cover that. But thank you very much for your question, Ashok. Anyone else? Anybody else have a question? All right. Well, that is terrific. I'm going to ask Carrie, could you send me a roster of the people who attended the meeting today so that I can follow up with people? That would be wonderful. My contact, Scott, I will put it in here again. Hold on, it's at the top of the chat box, but let me just copy it and put it in again. Again, my name is Eric Anderson. I am from Michigan. And so, you know, I have a natural love-hate relationship with Ohio. No, actually, I love Ohio. It's a great state. I've spent many years there. Grew up in the Mount Pleasant area of Michigan, went to University of Michigan, but I spent many summers down in Ohio at Cedar Point and elsewhere. So trust me, I kind of speak the same language. Think of us more as friendly, competitive cousins than anybody else. I hope you guys have a great day. I really appreciate the time being able to speak to everybody, and please reach out. Happy to answer any questions. There's no obligation, and I'm just more than happy to help you as your teammate and advisor.
Thank you so much, Eric. I'm sure after everyone on this call digests this information and we get it out to the other agents who couldn't be here today, I'm sure your inbox will be flooded with a bunch of questions. So. Well,
I'm sure. I know I sort of turned on the fire hose and asked you guys to take a drink or two. There's a lot there to digest, but again, the biggest thing to digest is that's my contact information. Call me if you have a question. I'll help you in any way that I possibly can.